The hospital lobby was full of noise and nerves. But what cut through the air that day wasn't a medical alarm, was the loud, mocking laughter of a woman who pointed at the black nurse helping her and said, "Do you even know what you're saying with that accent?" What she didn't know, that nurse would soon be the only one standing between her and death. This is a story about prejudice, dignity, and the grace it takes to save someone who humiliated you. Nurse Amara had been working the late shift at Crestmont General, juggling paperwork, patients, and coffee just to stay awake. Born and raised in Ghana, she'd come to the U.S. to pursue her dream of nursing. Her accent was strong, but so was her skill, and the patients who really mattered knew that. But not Jessica Reeds, a fashion boutique manager with a habit of complaining about everything. Jessica checked into the ER with mild chest discomfort. Nothing serious at first glance, but her attitude that was severe. "Could someone who actually speaks English help me?" she snapped as Amara gently asked about her symptoms. "I'm here to assist you, ma'am," Amara replied calmly, her voice soft but unwavering. Jessica smirked. "Well, I'd like a real nurse next time. This one sounds like she's reading from a cereal box." Even nearby staff winced, but Amara didn't flinch. She'd heard worse and knew better than to take it personally. Amara didn't leave her post. She simply kept charting Jessica's vitals, checking her pulse, and asking the right questions. But Jessica wasn't done. She turned to her phone, went live on social media, and whispered sarcastically, "Guys, meet my nurse straight from overseas. Hope she doesn't give me the wrong meds with that lovely accent." Some viewers laughed, some didn't, but Karma was quiet for now. As Jessica scrolled, Amara reviewed her EKG again. Something was off. "Ma'am, have you had any recent dizziness or tightness in your jaw?" she asked gently. Jessica rolled her eyes. "You didn't even pronounce that right. Just get the doctor, okay?" But Amara wasn't offended. She was concerned. Jessica's vitals were spiking fast. And then it happened. Jessica stood to grab her purse, then stumbled. One hand clutched her chest, the other dropped her phone. Her eyes widened in panic. She gasped once, then crumpled to the floor. Staff rushed in, but Amara was the first to act. She dropped to her knees, tilted Jessica's head, and checked her airway. "She's crashing. Call a code now," she shouted, already beginning compressions. All around her, chaos swirled. But in the eye of the storm was Amara, focused, trained, and tireless. She intubated, administered medication, monitored vitals, directed staff like a general in a war zone, and then, after minutes that felt like lifetimes, a heartbeat returned. Jessica's eyes fluttered open, and the first face she saw was Amara's, sweat on her brow, compassion in her eyes. Jessica was moved to ICU for overnight observation. Hours later, when stable, she quietly asked to see Amara. When Amara entered, still in her scrubs and barely off her shift, Jessica looked up with tears in her eyes. I mocked you," she whispered, "made fun of you, and you still saved me." Amara smiled softly. "That's my job." Jessica blinked. "But why didn't you say anything back? Why didn't you walk away?" Amara looked at her, warmth in her voice. "Because healing doesn't stop at wounds you can see. Sometimes people lash out from their own pain. Doesn't mean I should add to it." Jessica broke down crying. Not from fear this time, but from shame. She had judged someone based on the way they sounded, and that someone had saved her life without hesitation. Days later, Jessica posted a new video, not mocking, but tearfully apologizing. I made fun of a nurse for her accent, she confessed, and she saved my life anyway. Her name is Amara. She's everything I wish I had been that day: strong, kind, professional. The video went viral, not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. And Amara, she went right back to work. No spotlight needed, no praise demanded, just quiet strength in every shift she served. Jessica now volunteers at that same hospital, speaking to young people about the danger of prejudice and the power of humility. Because sometimes the person we least respect is the one we most depend on.